Okay.
So see, come on, melanin don't crack, boo.
Right.
Yeah. And if it did, you better check your receipts, girl.
Right. It does shatter, though. It does shatter.
It's like, I want my money back.
Right.
You're doing the unholy, it's going to shatter real quickly.
He's like, you ain't got to prove nothing. He's like, I know you a man. You ain't got to prove nothing to me. So don't
My
think
daddy taught me how to fight with these, and then my mama taught me how to fight with these keys.
You serious? Period.
You know, we don't play. Look, we don't fight for fairness. We fight to win. So you do not want you don't want this smoke.
Not today.
Yeah, I wish that's how we learned to fight. My dad had our asses in the damn garage, giving us boxing lessons.
Right.
And
That's what my
we
dad
grew
did.
up. We look bobbing and weaving. Look,
I
find myself still doing that from time to time. Just making sure I got a nice little 1-2, got a good jab. You're like, I just gotta stay ready. I just dust off the cobwebs. Monique Heart, Part 2.
Ask your aunties, family ties.
And Black voters save America again. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
But I mean, like we've gotten deep conversation. Should we do actually? Like, I know we're over the time. Let's do it. So, okay. So, what time is it?
Ask your auntie.
Hey. So the question is.
She wasn't ready.
I like it. I feel like Jarrell is the young hoe. I feel like Dewan is like the hoe that's like, bitch, I might pop a titty out. Let me see how she's like, ow, bitch. Okay, no. Dewan is the stripper that's like, oh, bitch, I'm not doing too much. I'm going to just shake my leg. Ow.
That is Dewan. That is Dewan.
That's all you're getting from me.
That is so Dewan.
She's a classy hoe.
Yeah, bitch, she gonna drop it like this.
Don't call me Auntie Chardonnay for nothing.
Right. Exactly. I know. We didn't even ask her for an auntie name or anything. Damn. So I'm Auntie Vodka. Dewan's Auntie Chardonnay.
And I'm Auntie Hennessy.
You know what? Look, Miss Hennessy, girl, I was terrified for this one Latin man. Real quick, okay? I was in Boston, and I thought he was going to be like all of my Latin. Ooh. So sorry. I was in Boston, and this Latin man, I thought he was going to be all of my tea. Anyway, he wasn't. He recognized who I was, and I was like, fuck, okay, cute. So he told me that he had got drunk on Hennessy one time and was at this man's house and stole quarters. And he said that Hennessy will have you doing like random shit. Then I was at the Abbey. This lady comes up. Hi, we work for Hennessy. We love you. We want to buy you a bottle. A bottle? Please. Okay. Bitch. And we just drinking, and I'm just nervous, bitch. Just nervous. I'm thinking I'm be doing dumb shit like stealing. I don't know. Oh, bitch, I was nervous. But I guess I would be Auntie. Really, bitch? I'm Miss Auntie Fruit Juice, bitch. I got oranges outside.
That is so on brand. Auntie Fruit Juice.
Auntie Fruit Juice. I like that. Okay, well, it's 100% juice, no artificial.
Right, 100%.
Okay,
no artificial flavors.
No artificial.
Oh, man. Okay, so the Ask Your Auntie question says, having a hard time letting go of family members that don't fully celebrate me as an adult gay man. What's the best way for me to come to terms with their religious conditionings and move on with my life?
Do we just
my answer's too harsh, so I need someone else to go first before I get mine.
Let me translate Jarrell. Fuck them, bitch. Fuck
them. Look, that's it.
That's Auntie Henny for you.
Literally. Collage. That is me.
I know Jarrell's always the one like, I don't care if you're my mama.
Right.
You ain't gonna talk to me no kind of way.
Look.
I'm very that. I came to this point, no shade, like real quick. I checked my mother, and because she thought I was like lying to her, and she popped off at me, and I was just like, let me let you know one day. And I knew I was grown, because after I did it, I was like, oh shit, did I just do that? You know what I mean? Like, bitch, I'm grown for a minute. Like, you don't just talk to me no kind of way. I'm your kid, okay? Anyway.
Right.
Look,
that was me literally like last year. My mom flew in town, and I was like, you can hop your ass back on that plane from where you came from, because you went my house.
Right, I went, okay, my house.
Mm-hmm.
I finally can say that, Mama. Thank you.
Okay, I ain't got that spirit in me yet.
I was only bold once, okay? I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
Because I got flashbacks to whoopings of prior. Girl. She'll get the whole church after me.
That part. Go ahead. Go ahead, Corel.
Oh man. I feel like honestly, this is the story of my life, honestly. And luckily they have come to terms and celebrate me. So like, I think you gotta just, after a point, you just get tired of living for everyone else but yourself. Like, it's so draining. It's so tiring. It's so everything you don't want in life, honestly. And you feel it in you. You feel like that's not what you want. And so one day you just get to a point where you're like, either I'm going to live for my mom, my dad, my auntie, whoever, or I'm going to live for myself, because there's stuff that I have, gifts and dreams and things that I'm not fulfilling solely because I'm being hindered and closeted, frankly, by everyone else. And either you get to that point or you don't. You keep living for them, but you're just not going to enjoy life. And what you're going to find out, sometimes, I've said this recently, you almost build up this fantasy or this what it's going to be moment in your head, and might not even be giving them the benefit of the doubt that they have the capability to grow and change, you know? And sometimes it might take you leaving that situation for them to be like, damn, no, I really love my son. I really love my daughter, whatever it may be. I need to do some changing. I need to do some soul searching of why I'm putting all this pressure or all these conditions on my child. If they don't get to that, at least you're free from that and able to live the way you want to, because you are an adult gay man. Like, you're an adult. So start acting and growing. And it might take therapy. So if you need to seek that out, seek it out. It might be surrounding yourself with the right tribes, as the one was saying earlier. It's going to be work. It's not just going to be one day, it's all magical utopia. No, like, it's going to hurt, because if you care for your family, it's going to hurt a little bit. That you had to get to that point where it's literally separating yourself from the family for you to survive. But you have to do it, honestly. You got to find that strength. And ultimately, hopefully, you find that there's still ways to be an adult gay man and still have spirituality and religion in your life, without them putting on whatever their stuff is and their Erykah Badu baggage on you. So,
yeah. You'll be surprised at how many people realize they ain't shit once you let them know you don't need them. You know, a lot of people will try to literally insert themselves in your life to stay relevant, because they ain't got the shit going on for within their own selves. And so they'll find themselves just trying to just uproot you, but making you do the uprooting of your own self, literally, but not realizing they're harming you. For me personally, Kevin clocked me. I'm a fuck it. I'm fuck them. You don't need it. Because at the end of the day, like, you can't give 100% of yourself to anything that you're doing in life if you're leaving parts of you with other people.
Say that again.
You know, and so I felt like I've always spread myself thin, because I was always trying to keep up with everyone, always trying to please everybody. And I realized that I was putting all this energy out, kind of like what you said, like, if your outbound calls are more than your inbound calls, you need to check them. And that is exactly it. I was always just reaching out to everyone else and trying to be there. I'm like, here's a shoulder. I don't got a shoulder, but, you know, here's my back. I ain't got my back. Here's the right cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always giving any part of my body that I can, whatever I had, to everyone else. And I was leaving my cup empty. And then I didn't realize that then that was also causing me not to be the friend or the person I could be. So I'm like hurting my ways.
And nobody else filling
ways,
that cup back up.
and no one else would. So at the end of the day, I'm always like, it is no longer selfish to love yourself. And we got to break this habit of people thinking because I'm not putting in the energy of that negativity that I'm being selfish and I'm saying, fuck, you know, I'm not saying fuck you. I'm saying I love me.
Yeah.
And it's not always about you, honey. You
That
know?
part.
And so, you know, when it comes to a situation with your family, I know family is hard, but I know family and everything. And there's this thing called your chosen family, you know? And I have two of my ladies, my chosen sisters right here on this podcast with me, and our third sister right here with us now too, part of the tribe,
fruit juice.
you know?
Yes.
But I mean, like, it's not until you meet others who are feeding into your dream that you realize how much you give away of yourself until someone starts to give a piece of you back. And when someone gives a piece of you back, you can't help it, like, damn, I love you. I want you around. Yeah. And that's the only energy I'm looking for in my life, whether it's blood or not.
Yeah. Pastor Dewan!
I think, especially and I don't know if this person is Black, but I'm putting that on them. I think that we haven't been taught how to grieve. And, you know, this idea of, you know, having a hard time letting go of family, to me, speaks of grief, because, you know, we've been talking about it this whole conversation about expectations that people have of us, but it goes two ways. You know, I've battled with this, you know, wanting my relationships with family members, friends, lovers, whomever, you know, to look a certain way. And when it doesn't live up to my expectation, oh, I'm mad at them. You know, and it goes vice versa. And, you know, like you guys said it, you know, I agree with both what you said, you know, sometimes your family is not just capable, or they're not capable right now. Right. And the flip side of it is loving yourself enough, you know, to let go of the things that are good for you. And sometimes that can be your family. But the question of it is, in my mind, how do you let it go? And that's the grieving part. That's the grieving part. And when you start going through those 7 stages of grieving, you know, like this whole like bartering, a lot of people get stuck in the bartering, like, oh, if I did this differently, or if I did that differently, instead of just letting it go, you know, it's easier said than done, but you know, it's interesting that we so cling on to family like they are the best things for us, and sometimes they're the worst things for us. Yeah. And we just don't know how to grieve that we're letting that go. Yeah. And once you grieve something, once you've accepted that I didn't get that job, I didn't get that man, I didn't get this, you can like move on. But until you do that, there's a piece of you that is literally just living in a loop, just reliving that moment over and over and over again. And that's going to be some tough work, because, you know, it's not easy to leave family behind, especially if you're not in a position to move, or, you know, or if you're so deeply connected to your community where your family is, and, you know, like all these other things. But at the end of the day, you know, I would encourage anyone that's feeling, especially this person, if you're feeling like you want your family to celebrate you, that's the thing that you need to grieve the most. Because that thing you may never get from them, but you may get it from a wealth of other people that's out there. Yeah. And maybe that's the gift. So once you figure out, and I can't tell you how to do it because everybody grieves differently. But once you figure out how to let that part go, the idea that you want them to celebrate you and accept you and welcome you with open arms and throw you a party and whatever that looks like to you, once you're able to let that go, everything else will become crystal clear for you in terms of what you need to do, the people you need to be around, how you need to be around them. It doesn't always mean that you completely let go all of the relationships. It could just mean that you let go of this expectation that you have of them, of how they're supposed to act in terms of their relationship with you. And you can have very good relationships with people who don't celebrate you, just like you can have very good relationships with people who don't have the same political views as you or the same taste in music as you. You know, you could be a certain kind of fan and they could be a certain other kind of fan. And
you could like Taylor Swift and I like Beyonce. Yeah, you right on that.
But you can still have a relationship. But my point of it is figure out the thing that you are expecting of them the most to let that thing go. And if the thing that you're expecting from them the most is them, then you may have to let them go. Yeah. Oftentimes it's not. Oftentimes it's that expectation that you have to let go, and you figure out how to have the relationship with them, even if you don't get what you expect from them.
Like they say, man will fail you. That's why I have zero expectations. Zero. None.
Not one.
I'm surprised every time. Oh, it's a big dick. Oh my God, I had no idea. Oh my God, you said I had no idea. Okay, look. Oh, she got cute shoes. I had no idea.
I'm
so done.
What are you thinking, Kevin? What's your advice for them?
I mean, I think y'all said it, church. I think y'all really did. I think the grieving and knowing what the expectation was that you wanted and then grieving it, I think is some of the best advice. I would just maybe throw in that coming out is not something that you go through, rather it's something that you survive, because many people don't survive it. So, I mean, take all that you heard and really apply it, and just give yourself, just allow yourself to feel. I think we may know like it's grief there, but if you really just don't feel it, like he said, do the work.
Yeah.
Because we don't need any more bitter gays in the world.
So don't.
That part. That part.
We really don't.
Oh, taking it out on their grinder dates when they're supposed to be taking it out on their family.
Yeah, that part. Also, I would just say, don't let them condemn you or use scripture to condemn you. Know that the Father loves you, and also know that the devil will use those closest to you to hurt you. So don't take it personal. And when it's happening, you go, God, I know we're in this foolishness. We just rebuke this, and then leave the situation. God says, He always prepares a way of escape. Sometimes it's the front door. Sometimes it's ending the phone call, closing the laptop, just giving people to go, you know what? It took me time, however many years, for me to be comfortable with myself. I need to give you just that same amount of time to be okay with who I am. And I love you. And if we don't speak, know that I want to talk to you, but clearly this ain't going to be fruitful. And if it ain't going to produce fruit,
that's the level of patience that I need right there. That's what I need.
Look, it took 2 years, nearly 2 years, and she got what? 5 feelings.
I got 5 feelings now.
5 feelings. We done got her up to 5 feelings.
We did the work. Like Iyanla said, we did the work.
Growth.
Okay. Community continues.
Because I'm definitely hashtag never let it go.
She is
always hashtag never let it go. But that's how I find my growth, because I hold on to it and I remember to stay away from over there. So I find growth and never letting it go.
But that don't necessarily sound like freedom, though.
She's a work in progress. Work in progress.
You know what? I want you to keep like one of those slides, those little transparent slides. So it's a slide sheet. So you just put it up to the light and go, okay, don't do this again. But you know, you can just.
She got the transparency.
Yeah, I don't want you to have a book like this raggedy here.
That's when the community continue to see you. Ask your aunties questions, aya@minorityareport.com, or DM us, or if you are friends, text us. You know how to get a hold of us. But we continue to love when you send these, especially these kind of questions, because it's a situation that many of us are going through that we just don't talk enough about, honestly, especially within the Black culture, because church has been so rooted into the foundation and the DNA of the Black church and the Black culture. But there's a lot of growth that it still needs to have that that people aren't willing to do the work. So it's upon yourself to have to do the work. So. Man.
Kevin, do you want to plug your podcast? Because I know we briefly touched about it before, and I want to make sure we give you the room, sis, you know, to let the community know about what you're doing.
Yes, please catch my podcast, Ace of Hearts, on HeadGum or wherever you get your podcast. It comes out every Friday. I'm also on The Rear View with Grinder. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from. Follow my YouTube channel. I am Monique Heart. My Instagram, Facebook, not so much. Ever since Trump got in office.
That's right.
But
it's almost over.
Right, about a week.
Girl. And let's pray that Mr. Biden makes it. I mean, I would love for Kamala to be the first female president, but, you know, let's just let him see the Oval Office.
My vice president is a black woman. Come on now.
Girl, let's just cross out the vice and just make
it.
You know.
There we go. Right. My president is a black woman.
Hey.
I know that's right. And then you got your music out there, too. Check out the music videos. I like the one, I forget the name of the song. The one that you did the Kinky Boots remix. I like that.
Hot Sauce and High Heels.
Yes. I love the title of that. I love the video. You was looking sexy. I was like, come on, Monique.
Waist snatched, body snatched.
What?
For my next video, I'm really working out heavy. My diet has been trash, but I've been working out with my personal trainer.
Same.
And I'm really...
Same.
Okay, I'm at the gym, but when I come home, okay,
it happens.
That part. So I'm really trying to get it real rocky, kiki, kaka, and then I want to do some kind of like more androgynous and just really grow Monique instead of being like. I don't know. I just need, she just needs to evolve. I don't know. Maybe I feel like I need to go on vacation. I've just been working. I want to do what Beyonce did. And like, I'm going to go away for a while and raise my kids and then pop back with the new tour. You know,
exactly. With the new body, yada. And she got cakes now.
She came back, bitch. She has got, okay, remember when Beyonce gave Terrence Howard
the lap dance at PT?
Lap dance, yeah.
Okay, bitch, now her body was there, right? And then you saw, and you just keep seeing her, bitch, her hips keep getting.
She popping them kids out and her body's like,
yes. She got the Mother Africa lips.
Girl.
She got the Mother Africa hips. Come on,
girl.
But she said lips.
That's what I thought
she did say lips at first. And I was like, First of all, they ain't big as her husband's lips, okay?
Oh, stop.
I mean,
stop.
I thought you meant like she got a rejuvenation.
Ooh, that too, probably. I mean,
she had twins, girl.
Popping out twins, that does something to the body. And it's
let's
gonna
let's ask Jarrell.
Yes,
snatch. How do you snatch back after you push out them kids?
Girl, let me tell you. First of all, spitters are quitters, okay? No, stop.
That is very true, and actually it's safer. Actually, my friend told me it's safer to swallow than to spit.
Really?
Yes, because it enters your mouth once instead of enter, hold, spit. So it's actually
okay.
I'm not the CDC,
we don't learn something. So my last question for you before we get out of here: would you do another season of Drag Race?
I heard would you douche? I was like,
would you douche and then do Drag Race?
Yeah, I would. Actually, me and Naomi douched on Drag Race because it was a way to get your tummy tight, girl. You had a photo, he was like, we'll just douche in the mornings.
I always weigh myself after I douche.
Do you?
Right?
You see how much is in there?
I do. I feel hella skinny, bitch. I'm telling you. I'm like,
shut up, Jarrell.
I do. And I have to send Fizz home. I send Fizz away when I be douching. I be like, leave the house. I don't need to see all this, like.
And then you hop on that scale.
That's the one time I want him to be back because I feel like
so skinty. Skinty and mini and gay.
Yeah. Okay, to answer your question, ooh, Jesus, if we're going to tell the whole truth, I would say no.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
This is like, I want to not live in that man's shadow. And to be perfectly honest, like, I love it, and I'm so fortunate and so grateful. You will be Monique Heart from such and such show.
Yeah.
And I just want to...
It becomes your brand.
You know, also the fandom is that fandom. Drag Race is growing in fandom. However, I would like to gain a new audience. Yeah. I also know how that fandom works over there. And I don't have the complexion for the collection that gets protection.
Ooh,
so
you right on that.
I don't know. I mean, it would be plus. You know what I mean? It would be great. Like, truthfully, I would like to go do Celebrity Drag Race again.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have won this show, I would probably go back and do a winners. It would be great.
Yeah.
I don't really see. I don't just see me getting anything out of it. Here you go. If I went back, like if I did All Star 6. I don't know if I would want to even win. I would just want to go and be like pussy all the way up to the top, narrate the show, and then just this time around manage the deals better. You know what I mean? And manage the money better. Like she's good, okay?
Yeah.
I bought my mother a car. Like
I
bought a car. I bought my mother a car. So thank God. But I would say the first time around I got caught up in like trying to look cute because of how they read you as a Black girl. You're broke, you're poor. So I spent a lot of money on costumes that you wear once, and then if you wear them again, they drag you.
Yeah.
So it's just like, this is whatever.
Is Drag Race only a money race at this point? To be successful on that show, do you have to have a certain amount of coins at this point on that show? Because like early seasons, you could come from where you're at to go. Now it's like, is it only about the money to be able to be successful and potentially win on that show?
Here we go. I'll ask you. Did you see the promo for season 13?
The season.
We saw some people. Yeah. We saw some people who look like, I'm here to win.
Yeah.
And then you just see other people who are here and they're happy to be on the show. And that's great. And the reality is everybody's very happy to be on the show. However, if you want to work and you want to make money, now here you go. Heidi didn't have costumes, but Heidi was funny. Right. She did great on television. And then the bitch couldn't buck the house down, right?
Yeah.
But at least she had something else, which is like in her favor, and people really, and her personality
gravitated towards that.
Right. However, this is a business, and you can make lucrative money if you have the look. So, no shade. Like if you go up there looking like Monique from season 10, I hope you're funny. And I like, and you know what I mean? I hope you're funny. Yeah. And I hope you have talent, because here you go. We already have our favorites just from the promo.
Yeah.
We even have the people that we assume did well just because by the way that they look. So that you watch their promos, you get into them, then you're watching the show.
Yeah.
If you go home before 6, truthfully, let's say this, if we were back on the road working and touring, right? Because now Drag Race, that you're not even like guaranteed to make money.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for like Jada. I'm like, you don't won, and you weren't able to really probably capitalize it as much as prior seasons.
But the queens now have a blueprint for how to work it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't coming out when the pandemic was just starting.
I don't know, because if we're going to be all the way 100, Jada did win, but who's working?
Yeah.
And who's working is the girl who didn't win.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's in all of these campaigns, and this designer has her picked up, and
I'm assuming we're talking about are we talking about?
Yes, Miss Gigi.
I wasn't sure if we were going to call out names or not.
I mean, it really is no secret.
Yeah.
It really isn't, and this is the gag. I was talking, and this shows the underlying not intentional racism, the microaggressions. I was talking to this other, like, you know, fashionable homo, and he says, and I say,
not
isn't
fashionable
it?
homo.
Well, you know, he goes,
that's dandelion.
right. Well, I have to put it there so you get the context as to why he said it, right? He goes, I said because he brought, you know, Jada and how he loves it. And I said, isn't it gaggy that we don't see her on like campaigns and magazines and everything else? And I said, the girl, and he goes, well, I said, well, the other Gigi, he goes, well, she was a fashion girl from the get-go. And I go, Jada wasn't?
I was going to say Jada wasn't?
I said, if we go back to the Meet the Queens, like, promo look, that black with the red,
was
who
amazing.
Was this bitch? Who is she? And I believe Jada is either the same size or if not smaller.
Right.
With body.
Yeah.
Jada was she had hips on in that blue dress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still skinny as hell.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's not sample size. It's not. So what is it? So nowadays I go, you could win Drag Race, honey, but they, and it's not RuPaul and the production, but they, meaning the system, the beast, which is the entertainment industry, will pick who they want.
Yeah.
Like she won a People's Choice Award, or it was a People's Choice Award. Like what? Like I don't. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was one of the reasons.
Watching. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, babe.
I was gonna say that's like the first season I ever watched, and the only season, the full season I ever watched was season 1 with BB. And the main reason why I watched because I was from Minneapolis, and so I was like, oh my God, come on, BB! Like it was so awesome. But then I started seeing, like, you know, as the promos were going on, as the season after season, like everything was just so white. And even to this day, like I will watch like the Meet the Queens, like I'll be on YouTube and I'll watch the Meet the Queens, and I would just go just to see who's on there. And I don't have to watch it. I can just see my Facebook feed and it tell me everything that I get about the microaggression of racism. I was like, I don't even need to watch it. I know what's gonna happen. Like you get all time after time, you get all these Black sisters out there that are killing it from head to toe, from look to act to funny to everything to lip sync. They got the whole performance. I see it.
Yeah.
And get home, but this skinny bitch who looked like she's is still in therapy, just had a therapy session 30 minutes before that, and still got a whole bunch of baggage to unpack. But you know, she's just more puzzling and white.
It's crazy because this is the thing. I look at Aquaria, and Aquaria for me is someone of fashion and performance, right? Yeah. Aquaria got to do both. Aquaria got to tour and travel and did all of these campaigns and this, that, and the third, right? And I go, for me, because I don't want to take anything away from Gigi, because to me, everything she's doing makes complete sense.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense, right? It's just the fact that it's so deliberate that it's just her doing.
It's just her.
You didn't want to get the winner.
Especially right when the winner is like the same size, similar aesthetic, you know.
And let's even go here. Go here. Jada is Black. She's not deep in melanin. So, like...
Yeah. Houseway.
This is one of the reasons why, and I don't know how you feel about the NUBIA Tour, but I was there first night in Brooklyn, like screaming the house down with you guys up on stage. I was so excited for that as an opportunity, and remiss that it couldn't return back because just seeing, well, because of the pandemic, but because of the pandemic, but you know, it was such a beautiful, beautiful moment to be able to see all of you all on the stage giving homage to Black culture and the way that you express it. That was just incredible. And I'm so thankful that happened because, and again, I don't know the behind the scenes, and I'm sure you probably know the whole tea or whatever, and I'm hoping that it's positive and optimistic because in my view, that's the blueprint. That's the blueprint of, you know, how these Black queens continue to band together to do it on their own. Because that's what I want to see. That's
very
who
true.
I support. That's who I really want to see.
The majority of the time when you go to the shows, this is something that I learned, and it's partly why outside of NUBIA, I don't really care to perform. I don't. I'm a TV drag queen. Bitch, she's pussy from here up. You want me to do what? If you're not paying me,
it's true. Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I'm RuPaul Jr., bitch. You better put me in light camera action. Okay,
I know that's right.
I'm not
One take queen.
I don't want to, here you go. This is my thing. I recognize my first year after doing, and I tell this story on a regular basis. I love this young lady. Miss Cracker got up on stage before me. She went first, right? Cheers, applause, da-da-da-ta-ta. I went after her, jumped up on the bar, dance, kick, da-da-da-ta-ta. She got out there and did her little comedy set, standing ovation. And I go, okay, not to take away and say that she wasn't funny, but to get this, and I literally damn near almost killed myself.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Also, I damn near just killed myself because there's an underlying pressure as Black drag queens that you better bump.
Yes.
You better bump. Okay, but you hit a death drop, give me with another one. Hit a split. Oh, give me. Because you know that your girl, the favorite one who looks like you, like if you weren't in drag, that's what you would look like, ain't doing that. And if she is doing a death drop, it look a little
weak.
Sus. Look a little sus.
Dusty.
Right. It's like, that's not your ministry. That is not your ministry.
So the Black girls have to work harder. You know what I mean? And I was like, but the crazy thing is, even in those moments, I really didn't have anyone to talk to, because you're like on the road and you're like, is this me? But it's so, Nubia for me is the embodiment of everything of like the gay church Easter Cantata. You know what I mean? Like, we grew up doing those church plays and whatever, and love the costume, honey, the dress rehearsals, girl. We live for the drama, girl.
The church is like the best place to learn like fashion and drama. And the black community show up and turn out all the damn time.
Funny, and I feel like all of everything that I read Lady Bunny using Bible scriptures. You know what I mean? During that roast challenge. You're like, you really have to be your best self. And so I feel like Nubia is so great because it really not only says, hey, it's not a Black show. It is a Black tour that Black queens own. So ain't no white person coming here and saying, hey, we're putting this on. Now, you can book us.
Right.
But you will be paying the full booking. You know what I mean? Like, you're paying for the full. It's not like, Marion Perry's putting on, Minority. No, we're not doing that.
Right.
So also, it allows us to build residuals and like really stack our coins. Like, we really put our money in so we could make sure that if we are booked on another tour, we still can get paid from this gig. Like, it's just so good making. I just love it, and I can't wait till we come back. The new things that we're working on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna be there too.
Look, you let us know, and we will all be there.
You'll be sitting. I was like, hey!
I want to give y'all somebody like we have a meeting. Actually, we have a meeting tomorrow. Do we? Yeah, we surely do. Where. That's why I need to get up at the damn 8 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym. That part, I was like, I have a meeting.
See,
at 10
this is the universe talking.
Right.
It just reminded you.
Get your butt up and go to the
gym.
She said, you got coins to make, Kevin.
Right. We're just in the planning, and we're just like, okay, how to do this. We saw how successful, like we saw the numbers back from the show and how successful and lucrative it was. And we're like, okay, how can we keep this up? How can we fit what's going on right now? Because we're in a pandemic, but we also want to give this melanin excellence. Like, I don't know how come we didn't get it recorded or whatever, but like,
there was tons of video. Like everybody was out there just recording everything.
So,
but you know what? That speaks to the mystique of it, to be honest with you, because if you, like, for me, when I talk to people in my circle that I went to it, and I proudly wear my little t-shirt, I have to spend the coins to support the girls and buy the merch. And next time, more merch, because she will buy more. She will buy more. But
we got some plans.
But like at the end of the day, it was almost like a little secret. Like, oh, you got to go to that? Because tickets, y'all sold out.
3 days.
Done. I told them I saw it in the morning, and I bought tickets the same afternoon. I saw it in the morning. I said, "Ooh, I gotta get tickets to this." I bought tickets. I told them. We talked a little bit about it or whatever, and then I went back the next day because I was gonna get a couple. Because I bought tickets for 7 people. I brought the whole crew, and then I was going back to buy 3 more, and I couldn't.
I live for that. Like, that just blesses us because you were there the first show. Okay, so show 1, I was fine. Show 2, I was fine. By the 3rd show, I broke on stage. And people are like, is this a part of the skit? And like, makeup, everything, just trying to get my mind. You know what I mean? I'm mad. Because you're like, they came out, they came out to see what we were doing, and it just really said, like, Black girls, like, Black queens matter, but Black girls can sell tickets. And I think
100%.
Promoters would tell us, like, as Black queens, you'll go to a bar, and they'll be like, oh, you know, there was so many more people here when Alaska was here last week, or when we had so-and-so this week, and you're just like... And now you want me to go on stage and be fucking entertained? Like, what the fuck? And just to see, like, there was not one white girl on the menu. Not one. And the bitch was packed, balls to the wall. You're like...
It was so hot. It was so hot in that theater.
Hot!
Oh, my God. It was so damn hot. And we were hot. We were on the floor, and you know how they had the rafters, and the people were up in the rafters. And you know, heat rises. So I don't know how they were surviving because we were sizzling like bacon.
By the time the show was over and you get on the stage, you just feel the heat in the room. I just think that speaks to very much, even like this whole Tiffany Haddish thing that went down, and how the Recording Academy were like, oh, we're not going to pay you, and we don't have any accommodations either. And then Harvey Mason Jr., who's this beautiful Black man, trash, came out with this lame apology.
So did.
And for me, it makes me go, like, bitch, if I had the coins, I would spend them. And so I look at, like, people like Beyonce and J. Cole and, like, all of these other ones, and Drake and The Weeknd, and y'all are dragging the Recording Academy for doing what it has done historically over and over.
Forever. Exactly.
And y'all hoes have the money to put on your own award show.
Or at least show up to the
NAACP
award. Like, why aren't you at that? Why aren't you at the Soul Train Awards? Why aren't you at the NAACP? When we already have some award shows that have been around for decades.
What happened to the Vibe Awards or the Source Awards?
Right. Like, so it's just like, that's the part.
Well, there was a couple of shootings at the Source Awards, so
yeah, you're right on that. You're right on that. You're right. You're right on that one.
They have to shut that all the way down.
They could go to the Soul Train Awards. Come on now.
Right. They can have the BET Plus Awards.
Right. Come on now.
Rebrand. Well, let me just tell you, Monique. Let me just tell you, Kevin, Monique. Like, I support you. We support you. Like, if you guys are coming out with another Nubia or something else like it, or just another Black thing, let us know. I will get the gang. We will come out to support.
We'll have you all back on and promote it, like whatever we could do, because as this even grows, as Minority Report grows, we just want to make sure that we are supporting
100%
our community. You know, that's the point of having these platforms. That
this is the reason why we started it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The truth is, we don't have to struggle like solo anymore. We really don't. Like we don't. You know, we can make room for all of us at the table. We just got to make sure that we invite each other. We got to make sure that we include each other. I mean, they already excluding us. Why are we doing that to each other?
That part.
We in this. So anything you need, look.
You got us.
But I do feel like 2020 taught us how to switch the dialogue within our community to talk about generational wealth and how to support each other financially, emotionally, spiritually, because you start seeing these conversations happening more and more frequently about how do we break the generational wealth gap, right?
Very true.
Break these chains of like keeping ourselves like in our own neighborhoods and stuck on spending our money on like these designer foreign brands and blah, 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 when we have our own stuff that they're stealing from anyway. So
Very true.
We're gonna pay Balenciaga. We're gonna pay Balenciaga $1,500 for a scarf when they imitated something that we didn't switched up from Target for $5. Come on now.
Say a word. Say a word.
Before I let y'all go, do y'all know there are an Instagram account called Native Sun, and they're like
with a mill.
Yes. I don't know too much about them. Like, who are they? What do they do?
So
like,
Emil used to be like the head of like Vibe magazine. He used to be like the head of like Essence, like awesome gay black man. And so the same kind of thing. He saw that there wasn't really a lane for the gay black man, so he created Native Son. And he's out there killing it. Love him. We need to try to get him out here. I think cultivate these same kind of conversations. It looks like now they're starting to kind of almost have their own kind of like award shows and things like that. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to like. When you look at it, you're like, I know it was for black gay men, and I know it was for like people in the industry, but I was just like, what?
Yeah. Because I think they just had a YouTube award show like last month or something like that.
So I think a lot of it is just trying to build that community.
Show.
We got a lot of stuff that
2021 is a glow up year.
Yeah, 2020. We're trying. So,
okay, with my Jarrell show, this 2021.
Right. Yes.
I don't. Look, my mama claimed these shoulders. She's like, you get them from me. They used to call it quarterback in high school. So these are from Rhonda. These are the Rhonda shoulders.
Come on, Rhonda. I'm here for it. Monique, Kevin, thank you so much for taking the time to join us on this episode, especially our 100th episode. This is such a milestone episode for us. So we appreciate it. We're rooting for you. You get this NUBIA show back, let us know. We're going to get y'all on here, promote the show.
Your own show, your talk honestly, show.
Like anything. You let us know what you got and we'll promote 100%. Because that's what Black Girl is. We got for your tribe.
Find me a husband. That's what I want. Okay, find me a husband. Okay. I'm looking for 6'4".
Oh, girl.
I need them tall.
Yes.
Okay, outside of well endowed and like body down. We know that already.
Okay.
Table stakes.
The father. I need him to be patient, kind, loyal, slightly aggressive like a pit bull to protect me.
Like choke me a little bit, but not too hard.
No. Like he's ready to fight somebody because they said something. Oh, in the bedroom.
Yes.
Just
a little pressure. Not a lot. Just a little.
But the question is, does the credit score matter?
Okay,
I was making sure. Look, some people like God standards. Okay, look.
No, I need him to have money too because I feel like I'm building something and I need him to have, you know what I mean? And
to keep up.
Absolutely.
To be able to keep up.
A partner, a real partner.
I hear that.
So community, you hear that?
Put it out there in the universe. Yes.
Community, you hear Kevin? You hear him. So send your resume to at minorityareport.com and we will pass it along.
I love you all. Bye.
Love you much. Have a good
Bye,
one.
baby.
Community.
Oh, Lord.
That was a good episode.
That was everything.
Yes, it really was.
I don't know. I have lost words.
Me too.
I mean, what do you say after that?
I don't know.
We done went to the moon, to church, to the corner store,
to the club, to the
D. Sherrills.
Right.
D. Sherrills.
Yeah, that was everything. So, community, this is clearly going to be a jumbo episode.
Yes.
Episode 100 and 101 might just be the continued celebration of this milestone for us to get to 100. So yeah, stay tuned. I don't know how we're gonna end this one.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. Part 2. All right, 1,
like an album.
Right.
The A-side, the B-side.
The B-side.
It is the B-side.
It's the B-side.
That's the EP.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. A community, that was a great conversation with Monique, and you're getting a bonus episode this week. That wasn't what we originally planned, but we got so much to talk about.
Lots.
That we're like,
that we even changed our outfits.
Changed our outfits, did everything,
Well,
girl. But we hopped right in to talk with Monique in that first part, that we didn't even get a chance to catch up on how your New Year's was and all that stuff. So I know Jarrell. Well, we'll start with Dewan, because Jarrell had a whole road trip. So that might take a minute. Dewan, how was your holiday?
I literally blinked and it was January.
Girl.
Like literally blinked. I remember going into the holiday season, and like the week of Christmas, I worked a couple of days, and then I had the whole week. No, wait, I had the week of Christmas work-wise off. And then the week after Christmas, I worked. I remember that Monday, waking up at my normal time. I remember blinking, and then it was Christmas. And then I blinked again, and it was New Year's.
Yeah.
And then I blinked again, and I was like, damn, it's already January. First week of January. So
literally.
It was that much of a blur. There wasn't a lot going on. There was a lot of just relaxing, a lot of TV watching, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was literally a blur.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same. Like I'm trying to remember now. Technically I had like 2 weeks off, but I worked that Monday after Christmas and then had the rest of that week off again. And like you said, it was a blur. It's like leading up to, you're like, oh yes, I'm about to have 2 weeks off. And to be transparent, community, like we recorded like a few episodes ahead of time. I was like, I don't gotta edit shit. I ain't gotta do nothing. And I woke up like January 3rd, starting to have like anxiety, like, oh shit, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Like how? When?
Wasn't that the weirdest feeling though? Because even though it went by really fast, I don't know about you, but I felt like a little bit of anxiety, like I don't want to go back to work.
Yes, absolutely.
I was just like, I'm kind of liking this life, even though I don't know what I did.
Seriously, absolutely. Because like I found a way to like even schedule a lot of the posts on the IG. So like it was just uploading when it needed to upload. So I was like, this is nice. But then I was like, how did it go like that? And I honestly,
2 weeks.
The only thing I know we did for sure was we cleaned out the garage. And like I still had like a couple boxes like still of just random hodgepodge that like every time we clean the garage, I just keep it in that box and just keep it back in there. And this time I was just like, okay, let me actually go through this damn box and see what's in here. So I found a couple of random stuff, a couple of old hard drives. Literally, that's the only thing that I recall that like I knew I wanted to do, that I finally had some time to do it. Other than that, I guess it was chilling. I don't know, watching YouTube. I don't know what I did, but it went by too fast, and I need more time off.
We didn't enter the matrix,
girl. And then Jarrell.
I know the feeling still, even though I did the most. I did the most for my 2 weeks.
And she came back 33. Come on now, girl.
I did. Hey. She came back 33. Like both you said, I feel like I blinked. Like it was Christmas Eve, and like I just remember it being Christmas Eve, and we were on the car. We were heading to Oregon, and then, like you said, I blinked. We were in San Diego. I blinked again. We were in New Mexico celebrating the New Year's by ourselves. Blinked again. Ended up in Salt Lake City. Blinked again. I was working today. Today was my first day back to work, and I literally kind of like I was like, man, I ain't built for this working life. Like, I understand that, like, being a kept person. Like, I'm like,
Ed McMahon, where's my checks?
Girl,
look, I want to be a
with
house.
The balloons and everything.
Look, for real. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and then of course, like the work anxiety started to kick in too, and I'm like, damn. How many emails I'm gonna have to come back to? Right. Oh shit! How crazy and stressed this shit gonna be? So then, of course, what my ass do? Open that email up the day before just to try to check that shit to see how stressed, how pressed I'm gonna be when I clock in the next day.
It's the worst.
Yeah. I did get one thing accomplished. I paid off all of my credit card debt. So
there you go.
paid that all the way down. Then I
Oh.
checked my credit score after that shit reported. I was like, yes, come on,
Like, come on, credit
800s.
score.
Yes.
Yes, I know. Absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's
it was a
good
great
feeling. But
trip.
then I racked that shit right back up.
I know the feeling. I know the
I
feeling.
don't want to go into the new year with any credit card debt, but then
But once I'm in
literally,
there.
but once I'm in there, I bought 2 laptops.
Ooh, girl. Oh, did you get that? You got the M1? I bought
Yeah.
Corey one for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you get it for Adam's birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on it right now?
No, it
Oh.
doesn't arrive for another week. So
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
that's the thing that.
Quick.
Well, the thing of it is I don't know if this is the same in everywhere else, but in New York, they shut their stores basically or shut down, and so you can't even go there to pick up like a laptop. Like I was ordering to just pick up in store or like do curbside pickup, and they don't even do that. So
and
now you have to wait
no,
for the
bitch.
ship.
It's like
I'm
you
like,
go get this at the
damn.
crib.
I'm like, wait,
this is for
I
Apple?
gotta pay a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
Apple. Yeah. I was like, I gotta pay a couple grand, and then I gotta wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
For 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
But
got
I'm
a couple
waiting.
Opal. They got a couple.
That's the
Okay,
bootleg
Dawn.
version. That's the
Look,
bootleg
hey,
version.
you know,
Look,
right?
she did-
You know,
look, she
it
did-
got
she
one
did turn
L.
30.
It ain't even
She
spelled
did-
the same.
She done turned 33 and she got the Dwanitis. She can't
Look,
remember her
first of all,
name.
wait. So y'all know how on Instagram I posted that photo of me being 33 with the balloons, right?
Uh-huh.
Bitch, why like the first 100 photos? Yes, I said 100. They were all E's. It was backwards. I was like, damn, I'm 33 and I still don't know my damn 3's from my E's. Bitch,
Bless
I
your
was
heart,
so
girl.
embarrassed. I was like, that's
What
the
was
one
your
I should've
favorite
posted.
location that you went to?
Honestly, I would say, I don't know. I would probably say it was, what is it? Shark Fin Cove. I want to say that was probably like my favorite.
Where's
was
that at?
outside of, that's outside of not Monterey, but Santa Cruz. There you go, Santa Cruz. Yeah, so it's just outside of Santa Cruz. I honestly, it was just so beautiful. It smelled because of the sulfur and the water and shit. It was like, I was like, oh, that's funky. Like, this is why I don't swim in the ocean. It's nasty. It's trifling. But it was very gorgeous. And then followed by the white sand dunes in New Mexico. I can't tell you how beautiful that sand was. I was like, how the fuck did this shit get here? Yeah, I was rocking that caftan. I was ready, bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but it was a good time. We did 4,400 miles in 11 days.
Wow.
Like when I tell y'all, we were like driving and we had like sights to see, and it was cool because like we knew we were in a pandemic.
Fast.
Show did acted a fool like we ain't never been nowhere, okay? But like we knew like we're all in a pandemic, so we're like we don't want to go to the city because we're in a pandemic. We're not trying to be around people, so we're like, well, what are some historical sites, landmarks, buildings, and stuff like that we can see, that you learn about, etc. And that's literally all our driving was about. Our routes was all about where can we stop to see something beautiful, blah blah blah, that you see in movies, TV show, magazines, textbooks, etc.
It looked like you went from summer to spring to fall to winter to back again.
We hit it all. We hit it all. The mountains in Colorado when it was snowing. Oh Lord Jesus, I want to tell you, girl, she was having a heart attack because they ain't got the rails, and you see like the memorial signs and the crosses of people who drove off the edges and shit. Okay, but look. It was not cute boots. It was not cute boots. But she had a good time. I'd never been to New Mexico before. That was my first time. I had never been to Utah before. We went to the Arches National Park.
Here's gorgeous out there.
It was really gorgeous. And it was weird because it still snowed. So like it wasn't like the pictures that you typically see.
Right.
So it was covered in snow, but even with that being said, it was still beautiful. So we already said we want to do this whole trip again, but we're going to do it in summertime when we have better weather the whole time. We see everything as in its entirety. So
That that's part of the region I haven't been at all. So that's on my list. But I feel like I won't do a lot of that region until maybe I get older. Like I feel like while I'm so young, I want to travel more of the world, because I feel like it'll just be a little easier. And Lord, let me be on earth long enough to see all this stuff, please.
Speak on it.
But then like once I get older, stay more in the country and visit that because I feel like once you're older, it might be a little easier on your body and stuff like that. Anyway, that's at least my mind. But if someone say, "Hey, let's go to New Mexico
my bladder
next
can't
week,"
handle that 13-hour flight no more. Okay,
no, seriously, I feel like once you get older, you'd be like, "Bitch, I don't want to be on no plane like that." But man, I don't know. We'll see.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I
I'm
agree
telling
with
you,
you.
this whole like staying at home like during the pandemic stuff. I cannot wait until we get all this shit lifted and whatever the new normal is going to be so that we can travel, bitch. The minute that happens, I'm booking to go everywhere.
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 That rack up that credit card debt real quick. It's like, bitch, oh well.
Right. I mean, you got a zero balance for something, so you can use it.
Right. Use it. That's what it's there for.
And look, I got all, like, I am racking up points on points on points on points on points. Like, so I literally can't wait. I can't wait until we can start like traveling because I want to get the H out of here.
I'm trying to get this vaccine. I know because I turned 37 this year on 3/7. Like,
ooh, you were old,
and that's a right.
Now, she's the
right. Whatever.
Meanwhile, I got her beat by about 7 years.
Exactly. But I remember last year on my birthday, it was a Saturday. I was like, "Oh, next year it'll be a Sunday. We could do Sunday Fun Day. Turn 37 on 3/7. That's cute." And literally that next day was like when COVID hit. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do it or not yet. Like, it's getting close to the wire where, like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the vaccine, the double dose of vaccine, by March 7th yet, you know? But might have to do like a half year, like 37 and a half or something like that, and some celebration. But community. All right. So we're putting this bonus episode out this week because shit is just going crazy. And we didn't want to like wait because we just knew the Monique stuff was so good. Thank you, Monique, again.
Yes.
But girl.
She took us to church.
She did.
Didn't she?
She did. She showed.
I mean, and we took her to church too.
So did. So did.
We were all dropping. We were all just dropping gems.
Hey, community, are you surprised? Like we held on to that one. We held on to it. We was like, "Ooh, there's a surprise coming," but y'all don't know.
we could keep a secret.
So can. We was holding on to that for a minute, but reason we had to be like, you know what? Let's give Monique the shine that she needs, but then let's do this bonus shit because white people crazy. We knew they was crazy, but they showed their ass last week. Like,
look,
let's even back up before that. First, they big mad because Stacey Abrams done brought like Warnock and Ossoff to the Senate, done flipped the Senate, done kept Georgia blue, so they real big mad with Stacey and her old crew. Like, she has a whole squad of people in grassroots here in Georgia. So that's what set them off real big time. But we didn't know how big time they was gonna go. Bitch, they was like climbing walls. They was breaking through the windows of the Capitol. Like, what? Houseway? Like, houseway. Y'all take it, because I don't know.
I'm holding off on anything to say entirely yet, just because I'm just watching white people at this point. It's like an episode of Bad Girls Club as far as I'm concerned. You know, these entitled, spoiled people are just acting a fool for no damn reason. And I'm just here for the aftermath, to be talking, you know, just to be in people's faces, being like, you know, and where was this man arrested? Why they ain't following this Karen that broke the glass out of this building? You know, why they ain't arrest the man in charge of the man who got his ass up in the seat and the damn I forget where Pelosi's. You know, like, I'm just like, I want to see what the fuck happened to these people, and that's what I'm here for at this point. Because I ain't surprised. I am not surprised at all. We've seen it all summer long, last year in 2020. No.
At what point does like protest turn into tyranny?
Because
no, I mean, because I'm literally like just thinking about like at what point does that happen? Like this reminds me of literally being in grade school, learning about the Boston Tea Party, right? Like watching like what happened was just jaw-dropping in terms of, A, what did you think was going to happen? But then B, like, what about this is even American? Like, to me, this is like terrorist behavior. That's what it seems like to me. And I
guess maybe it's very American for white people because they've been terrorizing us for a long ass time.
Not just us.
Well,
you're right on now. A lot of people, they don't terrorize everyone, but they terrorize themselves. And I say this because I already get this on social media. I know it's not all of y'all. I know that. I'm aware. However, you're not holding your race accountable. So I'm about to start lumping all y'all.
Stop saying that because they don't say that shit when it comes to black folks or any other person of color. So fuck saying that shit. Hell no.
Yep.
Nah, y'all want to group us? I'm gonna group all of y'all too.
All of y'all too. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yep. You can get this smoke too.
Look, you like
unapologetically.
You like raisins.
So
I'm over it.
I was just like, I just can't. I just can't. It's so much. Bonkers. And the sad thing of it is we made it 6 days into the new year.
Girl, 6. a
whole
6.
last week.
Last
week.
She said, I can't hold it in no more.
Girl.
She said we got ass to show. We got ass to show. I can't hold it in.
Girl, couldn't even make it to 7. Nope. And then the senators are like, you know what? Okay, coast clear. Let's get back in there and finish this vote, which is good. Get this vote done. It's going to change the inauguration. We all know that. I just don't know how no one got shot, no one got tear gassed, no one barely got arrested.
We've been asking them questions. We know the answer.
We know the answer.
Exactly.
It's just like, damn, like not even just like one person accidentally got like clubbed or nothing. Nobody accidentally got nothing.
There was a girl that got shot and died.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I don't know the circumstances, but
there was?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And apparently they found some explosive devices. So how Sway, how FBI, like how is it that these people who you knew they had to have a permit?
Let me say that. Let me take that out because they're gonna come after me. I don't know who's in on it.
She's gonna be audited. She's gonna be audited for the next 25 years.
Right. That part, Camille, you're gonna hear like a blank spot on that one. I'm for real taking that part out. They get me.
She's gonna be.
That part of this video is gonna disappear.
I shouldn't have said in 2000.
But we know why, because they had all the permits. They had and here's the thing: is like no one was guarding the Capitol
outside of the Capitol Police.
They were getting riled up all this time,
right?
And it's just like, come on.
But what was that energy like when the Black Lives Matters was there?
Oh, we know
they were ready.
They stayed ready that time.
So I'm like, but we had the same permits though.
Oh.
See, white people listening, this is why y'all got that smoke too.
Because y'all at the permit office let this shit go down too.
Yeah, we got some allies out there, but at the end of the day, y'all ain't doing enough.
Yeah,
I don't care how much you post.
Really not.
I don't care how much you post. I don't care how much you vote. You ain't doing enough.
Yeah.
So, like, and if you don't, and quite frankly, look, I'm old enough. I don't give a damn. If you don't like what I got to say, we ain't gotta be friends. But the truth still is the truth.
That is a seasoned remark.
Yes, it is. I'm here. I am here for it too.
Look, it ain't affecting my check. It ain't affecting my home. You listen to my pocket. You listen to my voice. So, but at the end of the day, don't get mad at me.
You downloaded this episode.
Right. You brought your ass here. You took your finger and clicked that button.
This is called Minority Report. Bitch.
And he giving you all the tea right now. Step up. Step it up.
But like at the end of the day, what it boils down to is if y'all was stepping y'all pussy up for y'all own race, then maybe we might not have gotten to this point. Because we can't do it. We can't do it.
I know, and I tweeted that out too. I was like, this is on y'all. We done saved America twice in the last 2 months. Like
That part.
we ain't got a third time in us. We tired.
No.
We tired.
How the oppressed, the oppressed
saving the oppressor.
Okay.
Right. And y'all and you want to get mad because we lumping y'all in with some
Why do you
bad
think?
apples on some bad apples on the other side? No, look.
The Honey Crisp has gone bad.
Stop playing. Don't act like y'all all ain't cousins either.
Oh, they all cousins, like we cousins.
Okay, look.
That was a black thing.
Look, they still be going to Uncle Bert's and Albert's and Auntie Jennifer's house for
Uncle
fucking,
Bert.
Right. I'm trying to think of white names. Like they be going to their houses and shit, having these birthday parties. Like, oh yeah, well don't pay Grandpa no mind. You know, he may say some crazy stuff, but he's got a good
I'm paying
heart.
Grandpa some mind, damn it.
Look,
because that's why y'all scaling the walls of the Capitol now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Grandpa was up there climbing the walls of our Capitol building and taking pictures inside of Nancy
Taking
Pelosi's
Confederate
office.
flags and shit into the Capitol. Bitch, bye. Bye.
Honestly, yeah.
Bye.
Look,
Yeah.
I literally right before we got on, I was telling Carell before we recorded, I had to stop watching television, and I went back to for me when times were much simpler, like in the like the mid 90s, and I just started watching a whole bunch of old like dance videos, like Snap, Rhythm is a Dancer. What else? Expression by Salt and Pepper. Soul to Soul. I just had to get my, and then right before I got on the podcast, I was listening to watching the video from what's that movie called?
Oh, you said The Fifth Element. Yeah.
You remember when the blue alien was singing? I don't know if you ever saw this one, Jarrell, but there's this scene where this blue alien was singing, and she does this rendition from opera to rap or whatever. And I just need an escape.
Does that movie look old now?
No, it doesn't.
No,
it really doesn't. If you were to
seen
watch
it in like
today,
over a decade.
if you were to watch it today, it's actually, matter of fact, over the holiday, we ended up watching that movie. Who we ended up watching the movie with? Oh, it was on Christmas, actually. We watched that movie on Christmas, and it still holds up. It's good.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I like that
It's
movie.
actually one of my top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but
I
shout
have
out
to-
Raphael and John. We just gotta shout that out some more. Thank you for campaigning.
Thank you, Georgia.
Oh
How
my
were your
God.
lemon pepper wings, by the way?
Yeah, so I did put out a little thing. I was like, America, you owe Atlanta. And so what do you owe Atlanta? Some motherfucking lemon pepper wings. And shout out to other Jarrell, Auntie Jarrell. I forget what his auntie name was. Like Tequila Sunrise, maybe?
That one up.
But he and it was funny. He was like, he texted me. He's like, what's your address? And I'm like, should I be lacing up my sneakers right now? Like, are you sending goons my way? Like, what like, how you just said, what's your address out of nowhere? But anyway, and then he sends me a text, and it's Uber Eats. And I was like, you a real ass person. That's real as hell. To send me some lemon pepper wings. So I said that. Still owe me like a swing of riches moment, but we'll do that after COVID and all that shit.
Lord, just my sister and my mom about to be there this past. They were just there
Tell
this
them to
past
stay
weekend.
home.
They Negroes, and it's my sister's 30th birthday.
Every Negro in this country is here.
I know. And my sister said, was like, oh, I wish you were coming for my birthday. And I said, I love you, but no, I know better.
Girl,
I said,
like,
look,
so
both
many
you
people
and
out of
mama going.
town.
Somebody got to look after the babies.
Right.
Like, no.
So many
I'm not
people
here
come
for
in
it.
out of town. It's causing chaos in Atlanta. Like they're shooting up clubs. A little girl got shot at the mall because it was an out-of-towner pop. It's so crazy. Everyone's coming here. So everyone got mad at the PV shit. I'm like, no, you need to tell these motherfuckers here in Atlanta to stay their ass home too, because this is so insane. And so now our numbers are like skyrocketing because they bringing their cooties to Atlanta, and now our numbers are skyrocketing.
Not their cooties.
They cooties, girl.
And they were trying to throw us in New York under the bus. Meanwhile, we the only ones out of this whole goddamn country that are keeping shit under wraps. We all walk around like we all stay in our goddamn houses. Y'all know we live in like shoeboxes.
Right.
So y'all got these cars, y'all can drive wherever you want. You got these big ass houses, big ass apartments. You can go wherever you want, have sit and dine in restaurants and dine in and, you know, do whatever. Like we're literally living like in like internment camps for the fact of the matter.
That's
like,
how it is here too.
You
can't eat in no restaurants. This is how much people are willing to eat outside their homes because it's only outdoors dining. That's it. And it rains all the damn time in Seattle. So people literally are taking umbrellas and sitting at like little picnic little tables like this and just trying to make it work, okay? With one hand, all right? We're all the way to ain't no gyms open, ain't no nothing open. Like, everything is shut.
Atlanta wide ass open and everybody taking advantage of that shit.
Open.
Literally busting it wide open here, girl. Like, it's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. But it's like, it's mostly, it's a lot of LA people too, but it's a lot of out of towners. Like every night on the news is something about, oh, this person came in from Tennessee and went to the club and got in a fight and shot this. And we're like, what the, like, why? Like everyone in Atlanta now are like fed up with the country because of, and then we're fed up with Brian Kemp because he won't shut shit down.
Yeah.
You know? And then on the flip side, it's like, okay, people are making money. I get it, but not at the risk of life.
Yeah, and look, it ain't like them stimulus checks that's coming through to help in the meantime. So,
although Fizz got his though,
did he?
He got his, and I said, "Bitch, I'm an actual citizen."
Stop.
Not that card, not the citizen card.
But I'm like, good for you though. I'm like, good for you.
That means he see you, and what mine is mine.
See. We go halvesy or anything, but I was like, good for you. That means you see you, and he got 8 more months, and he'll be his own U.S. citizen.
That'll be awesome.
That'd be cool. Hopefully, it's like not with COVID still going on. Maybe like by that time, it's like you get to celebrate that. You get to celebrate being able to actually live again.
I think the first to New York.
First we going to like Spain or something like that because right now like Spain don't take his current passport because they don't recognize Kosovo as a European country. Like Russia doesn't. He can't go to South America. There's a bunch of places that he can't go without a visa. So that's another reason why we haven't done much traveling outside of the U.S. because he always would have to go to the embassy to apply for a visa to even go anywhere. So
that's a whole
process. So now that we got that, and once you get that U.S. passport, it's a wrap. Look, Auntie Hennessy gonna be like coming to you live from.
I know that's right. Ooh.
That's hilarious.
Right up out of Georgia.
But speaking of traveling up them PV gays though, can we talk? I have to say, I love that IG gays over COVID. I'm telling you, I am here for that IG. I don't know who he or she, they are.
It's the same guy. I think he just came out of IG hiding, I guess. It's the same guy that does, what's his name? Fat Man something. The same guy that does like, he's a bigger kind of guy, kind of gay. And he always inserts him in those skinny and like fit gay pictures and mocks like their pictures. Oh, you guys will know it if you saw it.
Okay.
But I think he started this as well.
Okay, yeah, because I've just been seeing a whole bunch and not for the bad gays to be like, I'll give you a $500 reward to whoever has information. I was like, not your stimulus check.
Gay fat friend. It's this guy, if this focuses.
Okay.
And like he has like this account where like it's all these like fit guys, and then he'll put himself in it.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Come on,
I don't
camera.
know her. I don't know her either.
But I think I found him from either Gayish or one of the podcasts.
But she came out and saying that she was the one who's behind it.
And she got interviewed. She was on ABC News with like George Stephanopoulos or however you say it. Like maybe at this point in this episode, maybe 10 days ago.
Okay, so I don't think that's the right person because they just got their Instagram back yesterday.
Well, I mean,
the day they were recording.
Today, maybe like 2 days ago when this episode comes out.
Okay. Yeah, because they just got the IG back yesterday. They were still posting like, it's this person. But not for people to be trying to offer up their stimulus checks as a reward. I said, bitch, you ain't shit.
That's funny. I just want them to put that same energy for Atlanta folk too.
Like, why you mad? Like, stay your ass at home. Like, everyone should be dragged,
Like, I mean, the killer part about it is he's pulling pictures from their Instagrams.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, these people are just like in hiding. Like, no, they're out posing for pictures, all hugged up and together in groups and circuit parties and boats and shit like that in PV and all over this place or whatever. So all he's doing is just grabbing that shit and make it and show and make it in public.
Where's the line though? Like, I forget what I was watching that someone brought up a point that I was like, I kind of agree. Like, I'm like always in the gray, but where's the line of who gets to hold who accountable? You know, like, so say you do that, which I'm fine with, whatever, stay your ass home, stay out of Atlanta too. But then on the flip side,
say you had an orgy in
right, in Hungary. But like, do you now get to watch whoever is posting you? Like, oh, the second you slip up, watch this. You know, and it's just like, who gets to choose that Carell, now is the regulator of holding everybody accountable when I might not always be accountable myself? You know,
I mean, I think the line, as soon as you start being disrespectful towards others, like, the truth is, if you going out and you partying and you hosting all these parties, and they're like, that is literally the definition of basically a fuck you to everyone who's actually staying at home. So as far as I'm concerned, as soon as your ass decided to do that, that's when the door opened.
But has everyone stayed 100% home though? Too?
But it's not just about staying about 100% at home. It's about still being at least bare minimum COVID responsible. Okay.
Here's the
we
thing.
know there's way to social distance. There are ways to be in small groups. You can get your fix of people, but you don't need to be in hundreds of damn people. There is no reason for that to be.
To answer your auntie question though, everybody chooses their own ministry.
That's a true statement.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be. I don't care. I mean,
right.
I do care, but I'm not gonna put the energy into that. Like, I'm not gonna be scrolling through people's Instagrams to find out, who's doing what and then put them on blast. But that's not my ministry. That's not my ministry. But look what I just did like 5 minutes ago. I put all those motherfuckers on blast. Like, that's my ministry. That's what that was impressed upon my heart.
Because like, I feel like it's just like we all at this point in COVID have done things that we calculate is our risk tolerance, and right, wrong, or indifferent. And I'm not sticking up for them because I would never. But it's just interesting. It's just like we all calculate our risk. And like Jarrell, I think one episode you said is like all it takes is one person. So it's just like even when we do like our quarantine cruise that we trusting that they're behaving, they might not have been behaving, and now we look silly and crazy, and then let them post a picture of like us three together and be like, oh, look at Jarrell and Carell and Joanne out there just partying. Be like, no, bitch, we just took like a 2-second picture, and that was our calculated risk for that day. But now,
just the mask off, just for that.
Yep. And so that's what I was thinking when this person said that. I was like, damn, we've all been in situations the last 10 months where we determined where there's one other person, whatever it may be, 10 other people, which I haven't done that much, and we were like, okay, we trust those people, and whatever situation we're in, that's going to be my calculated risk. Or we go to this restaurant, and even though we're taking advantage of that person working, they had to come in and work at this restaurant. Luckily, I've been blessed to be able to work from home, but we deem that as our calculated risk or whatever. Is that right, wrong, or indifferent? And like, where's that line?
It is. Like, again, I mean, like, you're right in a sense of like, yes, like some of us have been with people like 3 people here, 4 people there, 5 people there. There's no reason for a circuit party. So as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to these damn parties,
right, the parties,
I have zero sympathy. Like, I won't even put that energy in the same boat as those who are still trying to at least attempt to follow the COVID guidelines. Like if you're not trying to follow the guidelines, then I'm cool.
I think that's the rub there. It's like it's not just like, oh, there was a picture of Carell, Dewan, and Jarrell at dinner and they don't have masks on. It's like, no, Carell, Jarrell, and Dewan are at a 500-person orgy in Hungary.
Oh, thank you, COVID.
right. And videotaping or live streaming that shit or whatever, like, you know, like just being blatant about your disrespect. And the killer part about it is, I think one of the pictures that's gone viral is somebody who got a COVID vaccine.
The doctor.
Yeah. And so
with
what's
their cute
interesting,
nipples.
and what the interesting thing about it is that the vaccines that are available, you have to have 2 doses for them to be effective.
Yeah.
And the first person in the United States to get the second dose happened just yesterday.
Yeah.
So this person clearly isn't that smart with his doctorate degree, because he got 1 dose, which really that 1 dose kind of protects you like 30 to 40%. It's that second dose that and the gestation period after that. It's a 2-week gestation period after that. So he would have had to have left 2 days from now by the time this episode airs. In order for that shit that he got in his arm to be effective. You know, so that's just a blatant disrespect. And quite frankly, it's disrespectful to all the other people that are essential workers at high risk who don't even have the capability of getting the vaccine. That's to me, that's like the slap in the face.
I just don't like. I'm all for people stunting on you know, on
that part
Instagram, and like I'm like, cool, you know, like you living your best life. You like I want you to I want
your body
to live their best
look
life.
good. Go ahead,
right? Like go
let me
go
get a
for
body
it. Go for it. But the moment you think that you are above the rest of us because of the way you look and your privilege. Bitch, suck my dick.
Ooh, well, they would probably like that. That's why they went to PV to suck dick.
You're right.
And you're right. And the killer part is, you don't go to PV. They teaming.
Bitch, when that boat went down,
that whole country is like,
I don't know. I love me some PV. Bomb. I'm not gonna shit on PV at all.
It's
nothing
against.
But when it came to COVID, though,
the country of Mexico is exploding with COVID cases. That's what I'm saying. It's not. I love PV just like the next person, you know. But
not right now.
One of the safest places
and
to
Fitz
go.
And I were supposed to go there. We were supposed to go to PV. Over the 12-day drive, and we opted not to go because of how bad COVID was there.
We were talking about we were talking about
going. And I think you can still even go, but there's ways to go. Like it's not to go to these circuit parties, and thing is, like I almost want to like distinguish the difference between like circuit parties and then just nightlife as well. And I feel like those lines are kind of blurring because I don't know if they were all. I think some like New Year's were like the circuit party that they have every year, but some days it's just literally just the nightlife and there's a shit ton of people. But why is there a shit ton of people? If you can go to that bar,
at the end of the day,
don't go into that bar.
That's still a party. That's
and we've been in this pandemic for months. There's no way a person can be brand new. Like, oh, I didn't know. Bitch, you knew. You knew.
That was their calculated risk, but their calculated risk blew up.
Right. They had to wear. You have to wear a mask while you on the plane, going all the way down there, flying from wherever you flying from, or whatever. Like there is no way that you can like feign. Oh, I just didn't know that it was that bad. Now you knew, you just didn't care, and now you're getting put on blast, and now you can't be mad.
Right.
Like, and I hope you lose your job and your dick falls off.
Ooh, bitch. Ooh, wow. I mean, I'm with you. I like that energy. I'm here for it. You know, hashtag
not
the
dick fall off. But would you rather have your dick fall off or lose your job?
Oh, I can get another job.
That's what I was thinking too.
You can't get another dick. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Pull the meat off your elbows and try to build it?
No, bitch.
You can't remember that question we asked? If you have to bend your knees or your elbows.
That was so funny.
But for our new listeners, that's back in the vintage episode.
I don't even remember what episode that was. Like episode like 48 or something. But here's the thing. I still do feel some of the energy that some of the gays are throwing their way is jealousy, though. I will say that some of these posts, I'm like, okay, bitch, you just jealous. Yes. Like, because I don't know if they would have cared if it was any other time, you know? I just feel like they wanted to pile on. So I'm like, oh, that's just that jealous spirit. You ain't trying to hold nobody accountable. Not everyone. Like, I think the accountants holding people mostly.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
But I think some people,
I think the account is intended for that. But I also think there's a lot of clout chasers that, when that account starts trending and whatnot, it's like,
oh, I'm gonna hop
this
on.
is a way for me to get followers.
It's funny because I followed in August. When I followed in August, I was like, oh, this is like a small little thing.
Right.
And I've been like slowly but surely like keeping up with it. I've been telling Fizz about it. And then when I saw it over the weekend, I was like, I was like, oh shit, bitch, it's just popping up.
But thing is, I know quite a few people that have been on that same boat though. Corey and I almost went on that damn boat cruise.
What?
I know quite a few people. I mean, some of them.
Oh, they were just on it in our group. They were just in. Yes, I just put 2 together. Yes. Okay, got it.
So that's what I'm saying. That it's just like because like I knew people.
I hope it wasn't the cute one that was driving the boat.
I know, right?
Oh, he had a night. Oh, he was fine.
He was
fine.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like we all do calculated risk. Obviously, that weekend is the wrong weekend to be going because it's gonna be thousands of people down there.
Right.
And then if you're gonna go, stay like out the way. There's ways to be down there to stay out the way, But obviously, that's not why you go to PV.
And quite frankly, if you've been quarantining quite well and you're traveling like with your quarantine crew, there are ways to do it. Like we had talked about, just like there was like a group of 6 of us. We had all been like COVID tested and, we were all good or whatever. And we were talking about this is when we were talking about going down there, Jarrell. We were like, yeah, we had all been really safe. Let's just all let's get a house, not in a hotel or a resort, get a house, stay in a house or whatever, and just do our own thing. Maybe get a boat, but all you're doing is you're doing it with yourselves. This whole thing of like, oh, I'm going to go to a party. I'm going to go out to the bars. I'm going to go out to the strip joints. That's a little.
I can't judge because I did go to a bar
earlier.
while I was down there though. But it was a different time period. It was literally like 5 people in the bar. Like we didn't go to the crowded bars. We purposely sought out places where we were like, okay, is it A, outdoors, B, not a whole lot of motherfuckers in this bitch. And even when I was drinking, I was like, and put that bad. I was like, It's like because you might got the Cody.
But that just goes back to the guidelines. You can do things and be safe. Yeah. And that's the whole point. And I think that's why I'll speak for myself. That's what pisses me off the most is like, I'm doing both. I'm staying at home. And if I am going out, I am following every single fucking guideline possible. That's it. But as soon as people say fuck the guidelines, you're also saying fuck me. And I'm not here about that. It's disrespectful to those who actually are caring about their own health and the health of their loved ones and people around them. But to your point, Corel, when you're talking about like, you think a little bit it's jealousy. I do think some of it's jealousy, but at the same time, I think it's also that circuit party,
culture
exactly. Where like a lot of those IG bomb ass body people think they are really above the rest of the gays. They can't be bothered because that's where like the no fats, no fams, no Asians, no black, and a lot of the toxic stuff in our community is in that circuit party. Like a little circle. And so this just kind of I think it just opens some of those bones like
boiled over. It's like, bitch, I'm gonna get you today. I got
like you already said no because I'm too big for you and I'm black.
Right. So I hope your boat fall over.
Right, exactly. So I think it's
all the above.
Less, but for me it's more of like I finally get to be able to say fuck you back and have something to stand on.
I didn't care. I was just like, but the memes were getting good, so I was like, ooh.
No, girl.
I just
like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I just wish the consequences were a little bit steeper. I just wish it were, because every time you have a person that goes out and they do this risky kind of behavior, given the current pandemic situation, and nothing happens to them, it reinforces. It gives them more courage to do that more, and it shows other people that you can go out and do these things.
That's how I feel about the Capitol
stuff. That I don't like.
See, that's the Capitol stuff even around me more than in the PV stuff, because I'm like, this is the same energy that the country was built on. It's 2021. Every station is showing this shit, and nobody's getting arrested.
But it's
Nobody. They're about to go back to
their
they're about
the same skin tone. So
that's true.
Birds of a feather.
Right. They're about to go to the hotel, have them a drink, and say, "Yeah, we did it, guys." Go back home, go to Cheesecake Factory, talk about this shit over dinner again.
There are good people on both sides.
Too much. And
it's that privilege that don't exist because
and then they're gonna clog up our hospitals some more.
Meanwhile, they're going to be the same people that are going to be benefiting the most out of the fact that we got Democrats now that are running the
Say
House
that
and the
again.
Senate.
That's a true ass statement. That's the part, like this whole Republican Democrat shit. I'm like, do you not realize that y'all still going to benefit way more than someone that look like me?
Right.
Like, that's the part I'm like, I don't get, like, that's how you know you're privileged, that you get to pick and choose how needy you could be.
I was like, man, they so glad I was not a cop that day. Because first of all, I would lose my job and I'll be going to jail because I would be capping their asses left and right. Oh, you want a storm, huh? Pop, 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 pop.
Like that video of the one black officer in the building.
Right.
And they were like, I was like, oh my, like in my mind, I was like, still off him, like he running up. Like if you run, I would have pushed a black person coming up to a white officer like they were doing.
I would have pushed him so far down the stairs to break that neck so hard, like come on up the stairs if you want to. You get some of this.
But it's white terrorists and one black dude. They gonna get his ass. That's what he was probably thinking. He's like, they gonna get me.
He probably
I'll be so petrified.
No, what he's probably thinking is they pay me $20 an hour. That ain't hell of enough. There ain't no.
He said, go and get that George Washington painting.
He's like, go ahead. Shit, I don't give a shit about this. You ain't giving. I'll pretend. It ain't my statue.
You will have a seat. Have several seats.
I don't like this place. No way.
And you know what they're doing with Pence now. This is prime opportunity. I know we're getting back on this. This is a prime opportunity for Pence. They are hyping Pence up, saying this is your opportunity to go for 2024. Now you have a way to clean break, oh boy, and look like the hero of the situation and gear yourself. Guarantee you that's what they're telling this motherfucker.
Absolutely. But I feel like the damage that has been done from this, I'm hoping. I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't even gonna say it.
Don't put it out there.
No. It was positive. It was positive stuff. But like when it comes to politics, when it comes to fairness, equality, and equity in this country, the bar is always down here because I do not expect them to do the right thing. I said I keep the bar low, so I'm never disappointed. So I ain't gonna speak.
I'm hoping that the energy changes though with Kamala because in the office, because it was cool, with the Obamas, and Michelle was like, when they go low, we go high. But I hope she comes in there with that energy, like when they go low, we take you to the flow.
Yeah, I was about to say she better come to work with Tim every day.
Like, come on now. Look, now you want to play? Okay, y'all all y'all asses going to jail. All y'all asses like getting
all I know is we
here.
have 20 months. We have 20 months to demand some shit before the next round of Senate and House elections. Yep. So let's celebrate.
Push some shit through.
Let's have a glass of champagne, whatever, for a day or two. Come like that first weekend though, I'm gonna have my little list ready to go because this is what we need now, not 4 years from now. I don't want the 10-year plan. I want the 2-year plan.
And there ain't no barriers. Yeah. There's no barriers.
None.
Like any legislation you want to push through right now,
you can push. You got everything, bitch.
In the first 10 days, we better see like bill.
You get a check. I feel like, man.
Seriously. Dead ass. Because what you gonna do? You can't blame it on nobody. It's just you slow poking around. Really bitch. What we waiting for?
But you know what I'm expecting to see though?
What?
I'm expecting to see the white liberals show their ass. That's what I'm expecting for them to see.
Like in a good way or bad way?
In a bad way. In a bad way. I'm expecting them to be like, oh no, now that you helped us get what we need, let's actually reprioritize what we actually are going to get done.
I hope they see that what we did in Georgia and be like, no, bitch. When we put our mind together.
And the reason why I say this is because one, like for instance, there's not even a black woman senator at all.
I know Georgia's just got his first black senator ever in a black ass state.
Right. Like the truth of the fact is there's still a lot
They've
of
been lynching people up
representation.
into the 70s though, so
Yeah, that's true. But there's
That's
still
Georgia.
a lot of representation matters. Missing, I should say. There's still a lot of representation missing when it comes to challenging the correct white people who are the ones that will be in charge. Because the truth of the fact is, the people in the Democratic Party that are going to be making a lot of these decisions will not be a person of color. They're going to be white.
I mean, with Raphael being only the 11th Black senator ever, that tells you that it's still heavily white. And but that's what I'm saying. Like we hopefully have seen that our voices do matter. At least hopefully we convince our Black fellow neighbors and everything. They're like, oh bitch, we did stand up during this election, huh? We did do the damn thing. Okay then. Let's do the damn thing for these next 20 months for sure, so we can get some shit done. Because if not, I don't know when the next opportunity, because you know the other side is gearing up like crazy right now.
A lot of white people ain't built to fight like we are, though. You know, like they don't understand that the fight is an everyday thing. And that's why I have that feeling that some of these white people are going to turn to performative white people because they think, oh, now that we got these people in it, that's just going to happen. Like, no, this is an everyday fucking fight. These are things that you need to be thinking all the damn time.
But you got to get back up.
Right, exactly. and as Black folks, we are conditioned to understand that from birth. You know,
and I'm going to tell you right now,
understand that.
I'm going to tell you right now, they don't want to pick a fight with us.
Not now.
They do not want to.
Especially not now.
Because have you seen how many people are posting, like how many Black people are posting up their guns right now with their families and whatnot? You do not want to. You do not want to pick a fight with us. You know,
and
we've
the
been
truth is,
peaceful for a while, but if they want to post up,
and
you want to post up, I'm telling you, don't do it.
Don't play now.
We will burn this motherfucker to the ground. Don't do it.
I ain't got no house.
Don't
you ain't
do
got
it.
no house, bitch.
Right.
You see how we treat our own. You see how we treat. Don't bring the fight because it's a wrap.
I'll come to bring the pain, hardcore to the brain, to Cal. Anyway, but community, hang in there. Please hang in there. Stay safe. Like, it's kind of maybe a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, is that a light? Is that a light?
I see it.
I don't know.
I see it.
I think so. So hang in there.
It's a peephole, not a glory hole. Don't get excited.
Ooh, I can't wait till the glory hole status up. Like, where they do that at?
Wait until we get our reparations.
Right, PV. But Monique, thank you. This was a great two-part series having you on. We're gonna have to have you on again. What else? Next week it will be a whole brand new episode. I think it's just us. I don't think we have a guest next week. So
it's just us.
So we'll catch up again. The inauguration will be next week after we record. So we'll catch up on that shit. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So
yeah,
be healthy, be safe. Wash your ass.
100 episodes.
Oh
yeah. I'll take one of each, please.
We're a mess.
Oh, God, everywhere.
It's supposed to be a New Year, same vibes.
New Year, same McCockney.
Love y'all.
Oh,
love y'all. Bye, community.
Woo.